Rastislav, the floor is yours.
Greeting colleagues and all attendants of the third workshop and hackathon participants. So Coding Challenge for Ukraine is an initiative designed to mobilize experts, programmers, and cool startups to develop technological solutions for help Ukrainian refugee migrants, internal displaced people, and to recover Ukrainian economy. So the hackathon, which is being organized by UEFIC alongside with European Digital Finance Association and with great support of European Commission. So, and today is our third workshop. So I'm pleased to introduce speakers from the Ministry of Digital Transformation. Please welcome Stislav Barnik. He is head of service development at the Ministry of Digital Transformation of Ukraine, and he's responsible to manage development and implementation digital documents in DIA, as well as re-engineering and launching new services and DIA web portal and DIA mobile app, and also Evgeny Gorbachev, Chief Product Officer of DIA. So Evgeny is managed all process of technical development of DIA mobile application. So colleagues, the floor is yours.
Hello to everyone. Thank you for taking the participants at this hackathon, and because it's not just a part of technical help to each other, and as for me, and I'm sure that my colleagues will agree with me, that fact that you are taking part at this hackathon means that you support Ukraine in different fields, not just in the fields in your countries, and not just in fields of military support or informational support, but even in creating some useful things for Ukrainian people, and maybe according to our future tasks that we will tell you a little bit later, this even might be helpful for European people. So for the beginning, I would like to have a short presentation of our DIA mobile application, our main product, and you to have some onboarding and to understand what kind of maybe common integration we could have during the realization of our task in the hackathon. So I'm launching my presentation and play. So yes, I need to play. Yes. So from the very beginning, it's enough simple idea that we have in Ukraine. So I hope you heard about this before. So we are building some products in kind of public services and electronic documents, and the aim is really simple: to build the most convenient country in the world, because as to think as the citizens, you all know that always in all the countries, citizens have the situation when the state is not enough, when the state is not enough useful, and so different kinds of business applications, it's really easy to use. If you want to book a ride or take a room in a hotel, you just use the mobile application and to do in a few clicks, in a few taps. But if you want to take anything from a state, like to get any document or to get any public services in a lot of countries, it's some way difficult and it takes a lot of time. So we think that it's not that kind of communication between state and people that should be in the modern times. And so we are building the most convenient country in the world. And this way we have some aims of this. First of all, is of course having all the public services available online, because it's not needed any more offices or working hours or something like that. And of course, you can get any public services in that time, in that moment where when it's for you. So, and of course, developing the public services into digital means that all of people should have a possibility to get better their digital skills to use this products, because if no one knows how it works, and if people who not live in big cities, or who are not who has no high level of digital skills, of course it might be difficult for them. So the next our aim is to involve 6 million people into development program for digital skills. And of course online solutions has no sense if there is no enough of good coverage of the internet connection. So the next our aim on the close years is to cover 95% of transport infrastructure and settlements of people by high-speed internet. And even some, you know, I think you've heard that in Ukraine during the war we started to use even the Starlinks that helps people to have internet connection even in far places, and this really helps them. So different kinds of internet coverage should be. And in addition, we are have a huge development of DIA city already. This is the special economic and special virtual zone for special taxes and special laws for having the businesses for IT companies. And this how we expect it will have growing the state the share of IT in Ukrainians GDP. So and already let's go for looking on our application. So we have the mobile application, and for now we have almost 17.5 million of unique users of the mobile applications, and all of them for now are Ukrainian citizens. They have 12 digital documents. I'll tell you later about this, and I think even more than 23 already public services that's available through this mobile application. So about the I'll skip maybe some of that. Yes, I'll tell you about the documents firstly. So the main documents of Ukrainian that are available in the mobile application. So ID card is a domestic passport for Ukrainian people. International passport that has two aims for now, having of two passports, because more people has their international passports and in Ukraine, we have two kinds of domestic passports: ID cards, modern passport, and old-style paper passports. So in Ukraine, you could use both of them to get any state public services. Of course, driver documents, of course, COVID certificates, of course, kids documents like a birth certificate, and the documents of internally displaced persons. So this is the main things that we have. And you to understand, for using this, we somewhere reinvented the kinds of verifications of these documents, and we really reinvented the copy of a passport and for another document. So what is the structure of our documents? First of all, we have short version. It's to show someone or use the main information from the documents. We have the full information, and as you see, it's really has the duplication of names of the fields to be able to use the documents abroad. And during the war started, during the invasion started, but because the war started in 2014, so people really used to cross border, and they use their digital documents in European Union and in some countries not in European Union, because a lot of them left their documents at homes, or maybe their physical documents maybe even not exist anymore. So Ukrainian people really use the digital documents in Europe. And on the back side, if you tap on a short version of on the first screenshot, so you will see the QR code and barcode, and under the barcode, we have the 13-digit code of this document. This is the temporary code for this document. So it's not the static QR code like in a COVID certificate with all data of the documents. This is like a deep link with a request on checking or a request for a copy of a document into the governmental passport registry. So, and a lot of possibilities to use this, and the main thing that I would like to stop on it is sharing a copy that I said before, that we reinvented the sharing a copy of passports, because as you know, the user experience of taking a copy of a passport is always like a physical passport is always like a copy and signing on it that this copy is truthful, and taking the signature on any page of it, and that's all. So we had a lot of exploring of idea of a copy of digital passports, and we really skipped the idea of making the screenshots and printing the screenshots or something like that. So, for example, the experience of sharing a copy on the opening the banking account is you come to the bank, and the banking managers just asks you to show you QR or barcode, or asks for this certain digit number, and after scanning or after inputting this 13-digit number into a field in the system of this bank, it's launches the request on a copy of a passport. So on the left side, on the first screen, you see the request that Ukrainian citizen gets into a mobile application. It includes all information, who and when asks you for this copy, and you confirm that by the digital signature, and we use the passcode for digital signature, and after this it's preparing the package with a copy of passport, not from a smartphone but from the registry, and after, of course, this is the packaging, encrypting, and sending already into the system of this bank. And yes, and in the sharing, the bank receives two kinds of data from you in this package. So this is the PDF with digital signature, that includes all information about the passport. So, for example, and you'd understand, we understood that passport should not be a copy of a digital passport should not be like a passport, because first of all, any authority or organization needs your data from this passport. So you see, we have this data from your passport, and in addition, we have the metadata from the documents. It's a machine reading text that could be taken into the system, and no one has to use like a manual input in the name or passport data of a citizen to create the card of this client. So this is the idea that we use in Ukraine, that we use for a lot of kinds of documents, and as in the public sector, as in the private sector, the companies, the organizations just have a simple, an easy integration with us to have a possibility to receive such a copies of documents, and we could use this experience not just for the passport but for another documents in the mobile application. So it's really great that we have about the validation. So of course, one more comment that we have here. So it's impossible to share the copy of a passport or to request a copy of a passport without a wish of the citizen. So of course, the citizen should confirm that. That's it's really important things for the GDPR. And of course, we have two kinds in general. We have two kinds of organizations who can scan your QR code. So some of them would request a copy of a passport. So for example, a bank or state authority, but in the same time, so for example, if you come to the delivery office, or if you come to the supermarket that wants to check your age, it's impossible for them to to use the sharing, so they could just validate the copy of your passport. And this is kind of validation. So if they use QR code or barcode or certain digit code, they will have the answer for your request in their system. But even people to people, P2P, it's possible to check each other's documents. So my colleague Evgen, I really can check his document just by using my DM mobile application, and it's kind that it could be used for simple organization, for small organizations, just to use the special authorization into the mobile application and to use the scanning the QR for verification of people's documents. And why did I skip some slides? Because I really now going to back to them. So digital documents and data from digital documents in DN could not be used just for showing these documents in different live situations or verification or taking a copy, but for getting any public services. And of course, as all of us know, we know that public services always includes the special application form. So when we have the application form for any service in DM mobile application, it's possible to use the data from the documents to pre-fill the application form into this into this public service. And this is one of the steps that we have to make public services more simple. So just kindly example. So for example, if you want to open the small entrepreneurship and in paper, offline, and state authority, it takes 57 fields. But if you want to open the small entrepreneurship just by using the DIA, it takes just 10 fields, because all of another data we already have in different documents, and we can pre-fill some data just by exchanging information, but data exchanging between different governmental registries. So the public service in such kind becomes really simple for the people. And so, for example, we have a special public services e-support, and this is one more great example. And maybe you'll have some ideas of reusing this in the products of a hackathon. So e-support, it's a kind of social aid, and for the first step, we have the integration with 12 biggest Ukrainian banks, and they can just in their mobile applications create the digital cards for people just in a few steps, in a few seconds. So it's really possible. So we have the integration. And for example, if a person is allowed to receive from government any social payment, they can just apply this form in a couple of fields, and just to choose this card e-support to receive money on it, and that's all. And some way we even now, for now, we have some streams with special organizations, worldwide organizations who wants to make some aid for Ukrainian people because of the war. And we really reuse this card e-support. So it's possible, for example, the organization to share with us their application form that they would like to receive from a person. We take this application form and just make some categories of fields in their application form. So fields that could be pre-filled by information that we have already in the mobile application. The second category is fields that the person should fill manually. And this, the third step is we even try to skip some fields in a huge application forms of different organizations if we cannot check the truthful or that information that should be inputted manually. So, and for example, some donors fund wants to help people with children. So we just create a simple application form in DIA with a few steps and checking all the information and just choosing the e-support digital card to receive money even directly from European organization or you understand about what I'm saying what. So this is a possibility that we could have. So it's possible to use the documents. It's possible to use their sharing the data from documents physically in authorities on directly online, for example, by scanning the QR code or something like that, for third party portals. So, for example, and it's possible to add the possibility of using the digital cards for social cards for Ukrainian people. And we have almost, I think, already close to 13 millions of these cards created by Ukrainians. So it's a huge reach of people by social cards. And you can use all these ideas, and maybe during the end of my presentation and during onboarding onto tasks that we created with my colleague Evgen, you will have some questions how it works. So this I showed you, and sharing is this is the example of sharing, maybe just in a couple of seconds. Yes. And in addition, I think even close to the end of my presentation, we have the DIA signature. This is the digital signature that we have based on the DM about application, not on the external storage like a USB flash card or something like that. So we have the digital signature. It's separated on two parts. One part is stored in the security storage of a smartphone, and the second part is stored in the cloud. And when you sign the application form for public services, or when you sign in online any document, we just have the scenario of verifying the identity by face verification, because we compare the face of a person with the face in the biometrical passport, and then we have the passcode from 5 digits. And so it's really, for a lot of people, it's a really simple solution for using the digital signature for online receiving of any services. And I think, yes, this is how it does work, the key generation. I will share you this presentation for future work. Maybe you'll need that. And as for me, I think this is that's all. And this is that's all. Yes, I'll stop sharing of my screen. This is how the DIA solution works. And now I would like to my colleague Evgeny to share the idea of our task for you. So Evgeny, the words is yours.
Yes, thank you very much, Slava. Great presentation, and you ask around all of question. I think it was great. So I would like to present only on helicopter view 3 direction of DIA's technical development. So first, of course, it's digital documents of citizens. As you know, now we have 12 documents in DIA. So now we are integrating these documents with another country's services. Many people don't have paper documents because their houses or flat were destroyed, and that's why it's very critically important to make these documents valid in other countries. On the digital documents, there are some special QR codes that can be verified by any smartphones that has the application customer version or special version only verification for our partners. Now we are building for our international partners new way of verification. It's a special API, and it will not need to use a smartphone. it sorry. It can send its backend by QR code reader, and the partner will see special information about the person on their system, not on smartphone. So next wave is DIA signature, you know, and it's a local service now, can sign government and business special documents. DIA signatures, there are two waves of verification. The person is already verified because DIA is connected to the banking system, Bank ID, and has personal documents. Next, we have face detection, face recognition from the smartphone and front camera. We take special feature points from the smartphone and compare this information in the demographic register. We have liveness detection, so it is impossible to do with a photo or another screen. These waves of verification give us high reliability of verification. Integration with Europe standards is a part of our plan next few months. So you can use this information in your brainstorming and hackathon. So third, it's a service can receive financial and humanitarian help from different countries. Citizens in Ukraine have a special banking card, eSport. Using this card, people have already received help from government. So we can give from our international partner information about different segments of population, special group of people who need help. Today, it is a very easy process. We can manage the information about the person and send the IBAN number automatically. When the money or for financial help received partners send us, we change the status and send the push notification to the person. So it's three waves around that you could brainstorming on your hackathon and create something really special for our citizen, I think. Thank you.
Thank you, colleagues. So we have one question here in Zoom. Question from Andriy Rogovsky. And the question is, can we have the attached documents about API for integration, for example, authorization via DIA? Evgen or Slava, who will answer?
Sorry, we have a question.
Yes, we have a question here in Zoom. So a question from Andriy Rogovsky. He asked, can we have tech documents about API for integration, for example, authorization via DIA?
Of course, it's not a problem. We have documentation for authorization for API by the financial help, and all of integration maximality documented. So we ready to give you this documentation. It's not a problem.
Okay, thank you. Colleagues, if you have more questions, you could use Zoom options to ask a question. So
maybe we'll have some description of our tasks in addition. So, Evgeny, what do you think? Yes, about the tasks for the hackathon.
If you could share this, we can add it to the web portal, so it's not a problem.
I think I will describe for now, and just after the ending, we will share this by text, and you add this on your web portal. It would be, I think, a good idea. So one thing that Evgeny already told is about using the digital documents abroad for Ukrainian people. And this is really a necessary thing that we have for now. And in addition, when I explored what could be useful for all the people, so the idea is, you know, that some countries trying to launch some services for Ukrainian people. So some of them make some special social aids, some payments for Ukrainian people, some and they have maybe some own web portals or own offline public service of application with application forms. And sometimes some countries launch the web portals, so where people could apply for if they are looking for a place for living, or making some co-hosting of some apartments or something like that. And all of these solutions around different countries, this is like own solutions without any additional or special integrations. And I expect that of some of these web portals, even we don't know anything, but in the same time, all of them use the same list of the documents. Yes, the passport data, the terms when, for example, the person crossed the border or something like that. And maybe it would be possible to make some general solution for such task or something like that. So you are open to any ideas on such a problem that we have, not even just in the European Union, but in a lot of countries out of the European Union. So it's like a possibility to have the common information and common solution of sharing the data of people.
Thank you very much. So we have one raised hand, Alexander Kilevich. Please give a question.
Sorry, Rastislav, we cannot promote attendees to panelists. Anyone who wants, he can make his question on Q&A, because they don't have, for security reasons, they don't have any microphone.
Okay. Okay. So colleagues, if you have any question, please write via Q&A.
Or on chat or on Q&A on Zoom bar.
Okay, we don't see any more questions in chat and Q&A. So colleagues, thank you very much for your workshop presentation. So good luck to all participants who will
Yes, good
work
luck
on the solution on the Ministry of Digital Transformation ideas. And I think we have mentors from your side. So if there will be additional question, it will be mentors from the ministry.
Yes.
That will help this team. Okay, thank you very much. And yep, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.